Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. This is where we round up all the big talking points from social media, and genuinely I can't remember a busier 48 hours than what we've just had in WWE. Maybe like a WrestleMania weekend or something like that, but it's been pretty bonkers this weekend with wrestling news. We're going to start with not the WWE folder, we're going to start with this mystery that has dropped today. 3 videos have dropped, all showing some people walking, and they're very short clips. They dropped on social media, and obviously it's got people speculating. I'm sure you've seen all the speculation. Of course, we're going to just have a quick look at those videos. They're only like 15 seconds long, but I've got so much to talk about with them. So let's get straight into the first one. And that's it. Now, the big takeaway there, of course, is the shoes. A lot of people looking at the shoes. They're very smart shoes. And you can also hear like some audio in the background as well. So very interesting. My first thought was Gunther. And I think this was a lot of people's first thought. Gunther's been away for a long time. We're expecting him to come back, of course, because he's going to be, or rumored to be, John Cena's final opponent. So we are expecting Gunther to return very soon. And so it would make sense, what with the smart shoes, that it would be Gunther. I did see this, though, from EJB saying Gunther doesn't wear socks. And that is actually true. A lot of the times that we see Gunther in the ring with smart shoes on and trousers, he isn't wearing socks. And so I did see that and thought that was a very good observation. So that did put some doubt into my mind. That's when my mind started going more towards Santos Escobar. But to be honest, of course, we then later had another clip, right? I think this is the clip of the second one. This is the second tease. You can see Erase Your Mind saying the song sounds like a very short clip of Back in the Saddle by Aerosmith. And there's been quite a few people that have said that as well, which obviously is a rock band. Back in the Saddle is very interesting. It's like you're back on the horse or back in a familiar situation. And so that would point towards, for me, Jericho, because Jericho's in a rock band. He's been in AEW. If we're thinking of someone coming back, then we would be thinking Jericho. I don't see Jericho working with Santos or Gunther, though. So that gets a bit confusing. And there are 3 different videos here that I am under the impression is 3 different people. So let's have a look at this second one. You'll notice that the shoes are different here. I believe it's the same music, though. So let's check this out. I mean, look, there's not much being given away. So Back in the Saddle, Aerosmith, a lot of people saying that. There are other people, though, claiming that it's not that and that it's actually the Obsession song, which is the kind of official theme for Saturday night's main event. And we know that is the next show. Saturday night's main event in November, I think next weekend. So we've had all that. Then we had this. I believe this was the 3rd video. So let's have a look at this. So it sounds like the same theme 3 times. It feels like it's different shoes, kind of different walking styles, and also different floors. It feels like people are walking towards maybe meeting each other. This is what's making me think it's not just one person, but because of the walking style, because of the different shoes, because of the different flooring, it feels like they're all coming together and meeting together. Now, if that music is Obsession, which is Saturday night's main event's theme, are we going to be teasing this until next week? It might be that we don't see this group, these guys, until Saturday night's main event. So I don't know that we're going to be getting the answer on this week's Raw. There is one other thing that really bugs me. It really bugs me, and I can't find the answer for it. I've not seen anyone talk about it as well. Maybe they are. I haven't seen people talk about it. But if you actually go to WWE's website, right, or their social media account, scroll down to the very first little video, which is here. One of the things that Nightbird kind of taught me to do was to look at the times that things get posted, because obviously the times that things get put up might not be random. Like the time could be a message. So here, look, we've got 11:42 a.m., right? And then the next one gets posted, I believe, at 8:18, right? So I can't find any connection there. So I was kind of ready to, you know, not really pay that any more attention. But then the third one dropped, and it's 11:42. So they drop it at 11:42 a.m., and then there's an 8:18, and then they drop it 11:42 again, but only this time exactly to the minute, 12 hours later, 11:42 a.m., 11:42 p.m. And that definitely made me think that there was a connection there. I can't find it. The best thing that I could find was that the 11 could represent November, which is Saturday night's main event, and 42 is the next WrestleMania, WrestleMania 42. Why they would need to be communicating that, I'm not sure. And if that is the connection, again, I don't know. It feels very loose. That's one that I think people could have a little look into. The fact that it would be quite a coincidence to drop it exactly to the minute at 11:42 a.m. and then again 11:42, but only this time exactly 12 hours later. So that was something else that just jumped out to me. So J Omega said, if you look at these, this was the third video, it does look very similar to Chris Jericho's kind of Titan-Tron, which I think is great. I think that's great because, yes, this was his Titan-Tron. So if you was going to be bringing back Jericho, then actually bringing back kind of something that connects to this Titan-Tron and the walking is a great way of doing that. So I feel like Gunther was my first thought. Then I moved to Santos. Then obviously I've ended up seeing that there's three, and now I believe it to be three different people. I could see Jericho being one of these. I believe Jericho's contract expires as well in October. And so I believe, this is not confirmed, but I believe that he could be available to be coming in to WWE very, very soon. Maybe as soon as next weekend. So I think Jericho is definitely in the conversation. I think he's definitely in the conversation. So I really like that from J Omega. This was one that caught Ryder's attention. So could Santos be the first one? And then could it be that the other two are Wild and Del Toro? The more casual shoes, though, I don't know quite how that connects. The kind of bringing this group back together, that would make sense. 3 members as well. I mean, I think there is some validity to this. But again, you know, there's not really much to kind of go off, you know. No one has got the answer. I've not seen anyone saying that, yeah, this is where it's going. Sean Ross Sapp's not saying it. WrestleVotes aren't saying it. No one seems to have the answer. So, as first reported by PW Insider, Santos Escobar is expected to be at Raw tomorrow. So, Roman Reigns SCN said this explains the vignettes. Does that add more weight to the theory that these vignettes are Santos? Or actually, does it take us the other way? Because I do wonder if these vignettes are going to pay off as quickly as Raw. I'm not sure that they will. They could do. And if they're going to, then this has got to be your front runner. And I think that Santos Escobar being joined with, the previous Legado members, I think that has to be one of the top theories, right? But I don't know that it pays off as quickly as Raw. I'm not sure that that's exactly where we're going with this. So I don't know. I like this. It's a front runner, but I can't say that it is 100% the answer, right? I still think there's something in Gunther. I still think there's something in Jericho. This was just the post about Obsession and the fact that people thought that it was Obsession in the backgrounds. The names that have been mentioned, Gunther, Jericho, Santos, there is a lot of people thinking it could be Tony D'Angelo. Tony D'Angelo getting a lot of mentions. The other names, Andrade, which I personally don't see. Oba is interesting, but I don't think any of these are Oba. Omos, I don't see it. So yeah, I kind of like Gunther, Jericho, Santos, Tony. And this is just a tweet I saw that I thought was very interesting, right? I'm going to end it on this. So here, look, we've got Masked J saying, listen, right? So I think they're kind of really trying to get you to listen to the music. And we've spoke about the music, right? And down here, look, we've got this person saying, brother, I swear to God, if you don't give me a hint, look, just blink twice if it's any of the following, okay? Is it Jericho? Is it Andrade? Is it Santos? Is it Tony D? Blink twice if it's any of those. The response, I thought, was very interesting. I don't know that this person knows the answer, but they are part of, like, you know, the wrestling media. Blinks 6 times, which says to me it's 3 of these. Now, I think Jericho could definitely be one of them. Santos was my second thought for the very first one, and I am not down on Tony being one as well. So I'm really torn. I don't have the answer. That's everything I know about these, but I thought that was one of the most interesting responses that I had seen. Right, let's go over to the WWE folder. So, yeah, this is CM Punk, and he's kind of suggesting that the end could be in sight for him. He said, I'm standing here towards the end of my career. John Cena and AJ Styles hanging it up or retiring next year. I don't know how long I've got. I'm going to go until the wheels fall off. I just know that that's sooner rather than later. It's important, I think, for all of us, not just myself, to celebrate the wrestlers as they retire. There's a whole new crop of people coming up to take our spots, and I think we're anxiously awaiting that to happen in some respects. So there we go. CM Punk heavily teasing that the end is close for him. Might be a few more years, though. You know, I'm not saying that he's about to call it quits next year. Right, Kanan, thank you. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's get the official preview for this week's Raw.
All right, everybody, happy Sunday. Adam Pearce here, ready to talk about Monday. That's right, Monday Night Raw, live tomorrow night from right here in my old stomping grounds, Southern California, more specifically Anaheim, and there was a ton going on. In less than a week, we crown a brand new World Heavyweight Champion. And who's it going to be? CM Punk or Jey Uso? We're going to find out. But one thing is for certain, those two men come face-to-face tomorrow night on Raw. Plus, who had this on their 2025 bingo card? The prodigy Roxanne Perez in singles action tomorrow night against the WWE Hall of Famer herself, Nikki Bella, and we will establish a number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship when Rusev goes one-on-one with Penta. All of that and so much more. It's Monday Night Raw, the flagship, live from SoCal, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, live around the world on Netflix. It is good to be home in SoCal, and that is official.
Yeah, I think Alexa and Charlotte are going to be in action with Bayley and Lyra as well. That's the match that was announced on SmackDown. So looks like that one didn't get mentioned, but seems like it's a pretty stacked Raw. Of course, it's going to be a go-home show for Saturday night's main event. So I don't know, maybe we go into it with our expectations in check, but should be fun all the same. Very much looking forward to it. And of course, we'll be doing the watch along for it. Okay, here's Asuka talking about Goldberg's comments, yeah? Goldberg referring to Asuka as some girl surpassing his undefeated streak, right? And how WWE did that on purpose and how it was really petty and all this. Here's Asuka saying, Goldberg's comments about me are all over the news right now, but honestly, I'm not bothered by it at all. What he said came from his own perspective, and that's fine. So there's really no need to make such a big deal out of it. Listen to my philosophy, and this is a philosophy that she has shared before. It's not about what I accomplish. It's about what I try to create. Philosophy and vision. That's where the real value is. I don't find meaning in anything without beauty. I've achieved every record, every title, but those are just milestones. What really matters is opening a new era, creating the moment that separates before Asuka and after Asuka, having the power to change an era. That's where true value and beauty exist. I don't chase records or championships. They're the ones that come to me. There's not enough art in the world. And she has said this before about how she is more focused on giving everything, not worrying about, am I going to win that belt? Am I going to get this? Am I going to do that? But can she basically make wrestling, and I would imagine Japanese wrestling, women's wrestling, can she make just wrestling in general a better place after what she has contributed than before she was around? And I think you can see, like, obviously she has broken down barriers with, Japanese female wrestlers. You know, I mean, there were Japanese female wrestlers in WWE before Asuka, but none of them had the longevity or the impact that Asuka had. And now if you look at Kairi and IYO, Julia coming in, of course, others rumored to be coming in. So, you know, you can kind of see the impact that she has had. I thought that was a really interesting perspective, a very, very positive perspective, considering, like, you know, the comments that Goldberg had made. Hank and Tank over in Noah at the moment, which I don't think I knew. So this was yesterday. This was during NXT. So after the dust up with these competitors, Hank and Tank said they are coming for the GHC Tag Team Championships. So there we go. That was them backstage. So they are over there doing some work at the moment. So part of me did wonder if Hank and Tank might come down to help the Hardy Boys at Halloween Havoc. Hardy Boys outnumbered, of course, Dark State 4-2. I did wonder if Hank and Tank would make the save. They didn't. This kind of explains why now. And of course, there was a AAA show that was going on as well. The main event was Dragon Lee against Dominik. Dominik again using that ring bell, which I don't know. I think people are saying it's okay at the moment, but they don't want to see the same finish all the time. So that ring bell being used, right there, he is cheating with it. This annoys me, to be honest. I nearly put a tweet out about this. I'm guessing Dragon Lee thinks the camera isn't on him, but I don't understand why Dragon Lee has to so drastically move his body into a better position. Like, surely Dominik, as a trained wrestler, is trained enough to be able to climb up and make this work, right? And, deliver the splash from there. I mean, I think you could do that. I think you could jump off there and deliver the splash. I agree it is not ideal, but just watch what Dragon Lee does, because for me, it's really hard to believe you're watching a contest of two people battling away at each other when one of the competitors is going to do what Dragon Lee's about to do. Right? So, look, here we go. Climbs up. I mean, I'm guessing that Dragon Lee is thinking the camera at that moment is just not on him. And he just completely repositions his body so that he's in a better spot for Dominik. This is kind of Dominik's mistake for not making sure before he climbs up that Dragon Lee isn't in a better position. You know, Dragon Lee's done what he thinks he has to do. I'm just ranting now, by the way. I wasn't even going to mention this that much, but I saw this clip earlier, the finish to this match, and I was like, mate, that just looks so flipping... What are we doing? What are we doing? What is the kayfabe reason for him to do that in that moment, get himself into a worse position as a wrestler? So, whatever, you know. There's my rant done. So, Dominik retained anyway. Right, afterwards we could see that Dominik had been busted open a little bit. Not too bad. Dominik busted open after being hit with that hammer by Dragon Lee. And this was just from that Dominik match. I don't like playing footage from like AAA shows, stuff like that, because copyright can be a nightmare. But this is actually fan footage, so we should be okay with this. So, Edward, thank you. So let's take the sound down. Look, he's up here, Dragon Lee, I believe. Dragon Lee is up there. Dominik's down here. Jumps off this top balcony, crossbody. Obviously, the official stuff is good. I actually think this angle looks more impressive. The other one where you're kind of looking up, we've kind of seen those shots in WWE when people jump off, like, you know, balconies, come crashing down. Normally it's like a Jeff Hardy, to be honest. Right, next we've got this Mr. Iguana Robbie, thank you. So Mr. Iguana just responding to this announcement that we're actually going to do in AAA, Ethan and Chelsea going after the Mixed Tag Championships. So at this show, on the 2nd of November, it is going to be Ethan and Chelsea going after the Mixed Tag Championships. The only green champ here is myself, Chelsea Green. You even want more Day of the Dead beating, Ethan? I'll be happy to assist. So there we go. That'll be a pretty fun match. I don't know if you're going to be able to watch that, though. I know that trying to watch the AAA show over this weekend was a nightmare for many people. Couldn't find it here in the UK at all. So I know that it was a bit of a nightmare in that regard. But yeah, no idea if we'll be able to watch this. But I think a lot of people would like to see them two teaming up again. I think that would be a match that would do some good views, honestly. Okay, next up, we've got this. So, Edward, thank you. Just reports from Lucha Libre Online were being told that Dulce Tormenta is on the radar for WWE and AEW. So, this is a Mexican talent that I believe WWE and AEW are both very interested in. Right, I believe it is on Monday that the book comes out for Natalya, The Last Beating Heart. So if this is something that interests you, it should be available in all good bookshops at the time of you seeing this, right? So that should be available now. So yeah, going to be amazing. Really looking forward to that book. I mean, think about her life. Think about her family. Think about the kind of barriers that she had to break down as well, you know. I think being one of the only women to kind of come through the dungeon, being a heart, and then think how long she's been in WWE, the stories that she must have. Honestly, should be a really good book. Right, Jimmy Uso said that he was told in WWE that the Usos had to wear face paint because they were worried that they wouldn't be able to tell them apart from Roman. When Roman was going to get called up, right? He said, I'll never forget when we did that switch, you know, the character change. You've got to evolve around the business. When we did the switch, we were like, right, we don't want no face paint. And the higher-ups at the time, they were like, you need the paint. How the hell are we going to tell y'all apart from Roman? And I remember going, what? From Roman? I remember thinking, like, how? We all look alike. We've all got the same ink, but we don't. You can't tell the Usos from Roman. And apparently that is what he was told by certain higher-ups in WWE. So, a crazy story. Okay, Eric Bischoff is doubting that AEW are actually going to fight this Andrade thing. He said when it comes down to it, if you've got the money and the time to challenge it, if you do, you'll probably win. You'll burn a bridge in the process, and you'll blow maybe 150, 250 grand. Most people just aren't willing to fight it. They'll just ride it out, but it'll get challenged eventually. I just can't imagine it'll be worth it to Tony. This is not a guy that you're going to spend like $500,000 in legal fees fighting for. So Eric Bischoff has got some serious doubt that AEW are going to take all this to court, even if they are going to win, because even that is going to have a big financial strain on them. So, yeah, I mean, this is very dramatic. I personally don't understand the thought process of Andrade coming back to WWE. WWE fired him. They had enough of him, right? There was backstage issues. We know about the wellness violations, and it seems like they just reached the end of the road, and that was it. He was done. He was out. So I don't see him coming back now, personally. But, yeah, this is very messy. I don't know what AEW are going to do about the fact that he has got 12 months non-compete because he was fired by WWE, and so it triggers a 12-month non-compete. So that is obviously a very interesting situation. Obviously, there was a big NXT show. We can blast through this. So the NXT show had this lovely set for Halloween Havoc. I thought that was very impressive. Very good. And the big talking point and new Tatum Paxley did it. Fantastic moment. Tatum Paxley got lots of congratulations from the likes of Shotzi, from the likes of Priscilla Kelly. But here we got Shawn Spears. Shawn Spears said proud is an understatement. She did it for all of us, and we told you she would. So there we go. I don't think there's been a message from Izzy Dame, which is interesting, but there has been a little clip, a little message from Tatum herself. So let's check this out.
Oh my gosh. And new, finally 4 years, Tatum Paxley, the person you thought would never be able to pull it off, has done it. Your new NXT Women's Champion.
There we go. Very good. Very pleased for her. Right, Sol Ruka said she's still the coolest. So obviously Zarya losing that championship on Sol's behalf. Sol, though, saying she's still the coolest. A heart there by Zarya. Seems like things are okay with Zaruka. I'm sure the truth is different. Here's Blake Monroe, said you never forget your first. So there we've got a new North American champion. Of course, she would get that belt from Zarya. A few people dressed up on this event. There's Blake. She was dressed up as the bride of Chucky. So there we go. You can see the similarity there. So, very good. And Jeff is the one that really caught attention. Jeff, obviously, the Fiend. He has done this before. I believe he did it, I think it was on a TNA show. So, we have seen Jeff do this before. It was something we picked up on during the live watch-along. But, yeah, that's one that obviously really resonated with people. People really enjoyed that tribute. So, Jeff paying tribute to the Fiend with his face paint at Halloween Havoc. As well as that, we've actually got this footage, which was Jeff actually before the show doing the tables, like doing all the artwork on the tables, because there were some tables, 3 tables, I believe, that had this pattern, this artwork on. And it seems like it was Jeff that actually did it. So there he is before the show, spray painting the tables and putting a design onto those. Dark State winning the championships. I thought the match was okay. I mean, it was quite nostalgic. You get that from the Hardy Boys matches, but Dark State picking up the win. We had Jordynne Grace. She came as one of the Scooby-Doo gang. I could never quite remember the names. I think I was told during the watch-along it's Velma. So there we go. I think at the time I was saying it was Daphne. I think that's the other one. But it's very good. You can tell straight away who it is. So very good. Jordynne Grace. Yeah, this was controversial. We did a poll, and it was exactly, we had a couple of hundred votes, 50-50. People couldn't tell if this looked good or if it was cringe, if it was hot or not. But yeah, it came out 50-50. That's what the community said. So people really divided on that. Should we put it that way? So that was Ricky Saints' entrance attire. Of course, there was a couple of big announcements. So on December 6th, we're going to have Deadline. So the countdown is coming for that. We get that at the end of the year, every year, have done for the past few years. So not a great surprise. I'd say this was the bigger announcement. A 2-week special event. So Tuesday, November 18th, Tuesday, November 25th, Gold Rush. We're going to see an event like no other. Championships from NXT, Evolve, TNA, AAA, all being defended on those 2 episodes of NXT. They're really trying to boost viewership however they can. God bless them, right? I'm glad they're doing something. And so, very, very good. Be interesting, actually, to see if those vignettes, those mystery vignettes, will boost the Raw ratings as people tune in, hoping to find out, of course, what that leads to. Again, I don't know if it will lead to anything. I don't know if it's not going to be revealed at Saturday night's main event instead. But you know, it's good to see some interesting things happening at the moment. So, yes, that should be good. All those belts being defended. And then on Tuesday, there was a few matches that have been announced, but this one I think is quite exciting. Kalani against Jordynne Grace, the TNA Knockouts Championship on the line. So we have got a title match on Tuesday. Kalani against the former champ, but now WWE superstar, Jordynne Grace. Right, that AAA show that went down, obviously we looked at Dominik and the main event. I think Natalya was on that. She didn't end up winning. Jack Cartwheel was on that. He didn't end up winning. But we did get the Wyatts. So the Wyatts were on that show. Still no Uncle Howdy as a talking point. They basically attacked Pagano, Psycho Clown. They're the same people they attacked before. They attacked them again. Really thought we were going to get a match, but we didn't. So this is clearly building to a match. I don't know where that match is going to take place. Are they going to do it on that Gold Rush NXT show, or are they going to do it on one of the forthcoming AAA shows? Not seeing any announcement yet. Probably the big development here, other than No Howdy, was the fact that Nikki had a bit of a blood capsule in her mouth. And so, like, she was in the corner when the lights came back on, and then, like, she had all this blood kind of coming down out of her mouth. It was a pretty good visual. Not something we've seen from her before, but nothing that drastic, to be honest. But still, very cool. Nikki actually said, "We are not your kind, AAA, the full circle." So there we go. You can see the blood dripping down. And, you know, the rest of them would end up attacking. And it was a very short little moment. A couple of other bits in this folder. So Brady, thank you. So here, I want to give a special thanks to Jason Baker, WYATT SICKS, and Alexa for wishing me and Danny well on getting married. Thank you for thinking of us. So, yeah, I don't know where this was taken or kind of what the story is here, but it's very interesting that here, look, you've got Alexa. There, you've got the WYATT SICKS and Jason. And here, you've got Alexa with the WYATT SICKS. Again, where was this taken? Don't know. Why are they all together? Don't know. Random that they're congratulating this couple. I mean, I'd imagine they probably know them or Jason knows them. So, yeah, interesting. I don't know that there's anything really to be read into that, though. I don't know that we need to start, like, you know, getting carried away that Alexa's joining the WYATT SICKS. Oh, my God, did you see those pictures? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know that that's anything we need to get too carried away with. But, yeah, many congrats to them, that couple. And Brady, again, thank you. So Wyndham was inducted into the Hernando High School Sports Hall of Fame class of 2025. So I believe that's his kids. And there is the plaque. And yeah, he goes into that high school's Hall of Fame. So just worth knowing. A couple of bits in this IYO folder. So Julia reacted to IYO against MAYU on her Instagram story. She said, "It's been a while since I watched pro wrestling and cried. Don't laugh, I have a heart too." And I just said, like, she should have watched John Cena's heel run. And there's plenty of fans that were crying at that, myself included. She should have watched the main event of WrestleMania this year. I was crying at that as well. But not for a good reason. So there we go. Yes, this match went down this weekend and it absolutely banged. Again, footage, not going to happen. When it comes to things like Stardom, Marigold, New Japan, they absolutely murder you on copyright. But it was a classic. People are saying it was one of the matches of the year, as was expected. Julia obviously saying she got very emotional as she watched it. And yeah, IYO getting the victory, by the way. Spoiler. But yeah, there's a picture of the two of them. IYO even coming out with this mask as part of her entrance. She didn't wear. I don't think she wore it. I think she was holding it. But yeah, I've seen highlights of the match and it looks absolutely fantastic. The kind of thing you would imagine from IYO going back to Japan and wrestling one of the great women's wrestlers in the world. Right, shots fired. Here's Drew saying, "Proceed with caution." This was a whole thing. There was loads of back and forth on this. I don't know if I've got the rest of it in here, actually. I may do. We'll have to have a look and see. But yeah, proceed with caution. Drew standing over the beaten up body of Jimmy Uso, using Naomi's theme, her little catchphrase. Johnny, thank you. So 10 years ago, here's Roxanne Perez meeting Nikki Bella.
She just started her training.
Heck yeah.
And she's a referee right now.
Oh, very
Yeah, so, but she's having her first match in December.
Heck yes.
So she
You know,
wanted
5 years, I'm going to need a new tag team partner. This one's getting really old, so you can come be with me. Yeah, good. That will be fun. Well, in 5 years, you can do that. That's
I want to wrestle against you. Now, that was 10 years ago. Nikki's like, well, look, in 5 years, you can do that. It's took a bit longer, but it's going to happen. Roxanne against Nikki Bella is happening. It is a match that we're actually going to be getting. So that's crazy, isn't it? There is young Roxanne meeting Nikki, saying how she wants to wrestle her, and she's going to be doing exactly that. Amazing. Oh, yeah, here's the rest of it. So, Silverback, thank you. So, let's click on all of this because it was a hell of a journey, right? There we go. Proceed with caution. So, Naomi was like, who can volunteer as a tribute to carry my baby for a few days so that I can beat Drew's ass, right? So, she was not impressed with that. Drew said, you know I love you, but I really hope that baby ain't like his daddy, right? His daddy is interesting. His? How do you know it's not a girl, you a-hole? 20 years from now, when my baby drag you out of your nursing home bed, don't call me for help, crying face, right? Just those two going off on each other online. Very, very fun. Okay, next up, we've got this. So this is Bailey and Mercedes talking about using Big Jim's credit card whenever they would go out and meet up with Naomi. So Mr. 516, thank you.
Oh, I can't wait to see that bump on her and how big her booty's gonna get. Oh, delicious.
She's gonna be so when someone takes tequila. Yeah.
Shout out to Big Jim.
Big Jim, yay.
It's not a Slim Jim, it's a Big Jim.
I was talking to him about like when the time that you guys were both gone, and we would always go out and like Trin would be like, "Don't worry, I got his credit card," and we just like, "Thank you, John."
Thank you, John.
He's like, honestly, whenever you guys sent me those videos, like it would make my day because I felt like I was doing something for you guys, or like I was hanging out with you guys. He's like, it just made me feel good every time. I'm like, okay, good, because we kind of felt bad for always spending your money.
Spend his money a lot.
Yeah.
That's good, isn't it? That's a fun little story, that those two just sharing that they did spend Big Jim's money whenever they went out and met up with Naomi, right? Right, Chelsea Green and Matt Cardona reunited with Kona Reeves, who used to be in developmental, but now he works at the Indiana Jones show at Disney, right? And so they met up with him. How cool is that? Really cool. Right, next up, we've got this. It was CM Punk's birthday, and Charlotte wished him a very happy birthday, posting this picture of him wearing Charlotte's robe. So a little fun backstage picture there of CM Punk that we haven't seen before. And then the last thing here, this is the greatest Halloween costume, wrestling-related Halloween costume I have ever seen. It might take a little moment to figure out what this is. It's basically one guy who has dressed his legs as Macho Man, and he's then got a fake Macho Man kind of body and arms, carrying a porta cabin, right, with the door open, and inside is Hulk Hogan pooping. Inside is Hulk Hogan on the toilet, and the guy's legs are Macho Man, and then his upper body is the Hogan. Everything else is obviously, you know, just fake. So it is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Look at that. So that is Macho Man basically carrying this porta cabin and showing the world Hulk Hogan on the toilet. That is so clever. That is so clever. The work that has gone into that is honestly stunning, isn't it? That is honestly stunning. The angle of it and the way that it all, I don't even know how he's managed to like get it to fit, and honestly, that is engineering at its absolute best. Everyone here should just be applauding. Everyone here should just be absolutely, and no one looks like they're that bothered. It's an absolute disgrace. Do you know what this shows, doesn't it? That you can do amazing things in this world, and sometimes it just won't get recognized, but someone will recognize it eventually. And the fact that these people aren't standing and applauding is an absolute disgrace. Right, let's go over to Community. We've got quite a bit in Community. So over in Community, we've got this from Jeremy. Jeremy said, I went to SmackDown. So went to SmackDown last night, and after the show ended, Sheamus had a dark match. After the match, he went around, took photos, did sign-ins. Truly a legend. So Jeremy, shout out to you, my friends. It's a great picture. Very good. Very good. Next up, we've got this. So Silverback said, I got myself this with my for my birthday. So let's take the sound down. But here's Silverback. And can we see it? There it is. So getting a WYATT SICKS. Well, I think it's more a Bray Wyatt one, isn't it, that one? Bray Wyatt tattoo. Very good. Very good. So Silverback, congrats. So you can see like the process. There it is, the tattoo going onto the shoulder. Very good. Happy birthday. Bones said, dressed up as Mercy the Buzzard for a wrestling convention, and I ran into the family. So, Bones, very good. Hope you had a great time, my friends. Right, Emmanuel actually went to Halloween Havoc, and I always enjoy looking at the merch stands. It's something I'm just interested in. I love wrestling merch. So you can see they've got like a signed Javon picture, signed Blake picture. They've got like a mystery bag for $40, which is very interesting. Obviously, lots of shirts. You can just see like Dark State, Halloween Havoc shirts, bits and bobs. Over here, we got like an Oba Femi signed print. There's a Fatal Influence signed print. They do just have the poster, which normally is signed by everyone, but that one doesn't look like it is. I think you can get fully signed ones, though, where they get every wrestler on the card to just sign next to their picture. But yeah, you can see like the Ego shirt, the Ricky Saint shirt, the Zaruka shirt, the Tatum shirt, NXT caps. I just really enjoy looking at the merch stuff. I think they're just really interesting. So, Manuel, thank you for that. And Emmanuel sharing this picture as well. So here we are. The seats got changed, as we know. They ended up changing the seats, but they weren't too bad. Still upset that these seats were half the price, but I'm just glad I was able to be there and to witness Tatum win the title that she so deeply deserves. So hope you both had a great time. Here's Lynette sharing some pictures. So here, look, we've got, I've waited 27 years to see the Hardys. So a great outfit as well, by the way. Absolutely brilliant. And look at that as well. Thank you, my friends. I really do appreciate it. So a massive shout out to you. So appreciated. So really, really cool. Really cool. And there we go. Oh my God, look at that. We've got Chucky. Chucky in the picture as well. So brilliant. And the signs. He, and new. So there we go. You knew it was going to happen, didn't you? Called it. Called it. And there's a picture from the seats as well. So, yeah, brilliant. I hope you both got an absolutely incredible time, had an incredible time. And here's Emmanuel, like, just saying, did get the one that was signed by everyone. So, finally home. Just wanted to show these. I know you always talk about the signed prints. I love them, yeah. Got my wife, the young, signed young OG. Flipping love that. And signed by everyone, Halloween Havoc. Flipping love that as well. Fantastic. Yeah, just hope you both had the best of times. And here's the actual view. So Taker 1990 was there as well. Here's the view of. It's good, isn't it? That's a good seat. That you've done well there. I think you've done really well. I think you've got to be pleased with that, buds. So very good, Taker 1990. I hope you had a great time as well, my friends. Dave in real life. Hello, buds. Picking up some new. Oh, look at this display. Look at this. Very arty. So we've got some new figures. We've got like the Wendy Chu figure. You can see Dexter, Joe Gacy in there as well. There's the Joe Gacy figure. There's the Wendy one. Looks brilliant. And there's the Dexter one as well. So, yeah, very good. So I'm guessing this is like a display setup that Dave's doing, which is really clever. Looks really, really good. That's going to be good when you've obviously added a few more figures to that. Very good. Here we've got Junk Wax Obsessed. You can see Danhausen in the background. There's Shotzi as well. Down here we've got others, look. So Billy Gurn. There's the Danhausen one. So it looks like Junk Wax Obsessed had a good time at a wrestling convention. Finished out a great weekend of wrestling with some more meet and greets. So very good. And then we got this, last one. Dean just picking up the new Love Bites Back AJ Lee shirt. So, Dean, shout out to you, my friend. Wow, that was long. So much stuff in there. As we said, big weekend of wrestling. But, yeah, a lot of stuff to talk about. Hope you enjoyed the video. So, let's do thanks. Let's get out of here. Don't forget, we're back later with Raw. We'll be back with the full kind of reaction stuff and everything, right, that we normally do. I know it was a bit hit and miss over the weekend, but we did like 12 hours of streams on Saturday. Then, of course, I was trying to gather everything together for this video, so it's just been busy. It's just been a lot going on this weekend, but we're back to normal. And obviously, next weekend we've got Saturday night's main event, so very much looking forward to that. And of course, this mystery to get our teeth into. So Armando, Raymond, Chanel, Wrestling Voids, Wrestling's biggest fan, Chris, Sweet Chin Wrestling, Claire Webb, Silverback, Sub Ho Deep, The Wrestling Warrior, and Edward. Thank you, my friends. Appreciate the support as always, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.